All right, shalom, shalom. This is the brother Shakar here with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakah Quadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the Great Millstone, from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing his work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom. All right, just wanted to get this article, okay, and do a quick lesson on it. This is from the New York Times, and this is your president, Donald J. Trump. Okay, this is what he said yesterday. It says Trump says civil rights led to white people being very badly treated. It says President Trump's comments were a blunt distillation of his administration's racial politics. So it's something that they have on the forefront now. You see, they're speaking about this, man. This is something that is heavy on their minds because they know they're losing, man. They're about to lose. The kingdom that they have is getting ready to fall, and they know it. So now they want to put the blame, on Jacob. Listen, well, it says, which rest on the belief, that white people have become the real victims of discrimination, in America. And again, this is them, pointing the finger back at Jake, man. They're trying to erase, all the brutal history, all the brutal, calamities that they brought upon, Israel, man, the Israelites, chiefly so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. And like we always bring out, you're going to have Israel looking like anybody and everybody. But what people, that they commit, the G side to? The so-called Native Americans, man. It was a genocide. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. And then look what they did to the so-called Negroes, man. You see? Brought them over here in chattel slavery. Treated our people, like animals. Did all kinds of distasteful things to our people, man. And they're trying to erase that history. Again, now they're trying to flip the script, and point the finger at Jake. But this is always, what their mindset has been, man. They've always, been the accuser, of thy brethren. Lord willing, we'll get that. But, this made me think, because I looked this up before I went into this lesson. Well, that's enough. That's enough from that article. Okay. Yeah. I looked this up. Yeah, scientific racism. Listen, it says scientific racism, is a pseudoscientific ideology that misappropriates, it says, scientific methods to justify racial hierarchy, white supremacy. You see, and they use their so-called science, to say that, Jake is dumb, man. That the so-called white man is smarter than Jake. You see, that they're better, that their race is superior. But we know, according to the scriptures, the Lord said that Israel is the chosen race. Matter of fact, let me grab that, then I'll come back and I'll read a little bit more here. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. It says, listen, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai that power. Holy, going into what? Being separate, man. Meaning set apart, from the rest of the nations. Listen, the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Listen, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So this is not speaking about Esau or any of the other nations. No, this is speaking about Israel, man. The Israelites are a people above every other nation. This is the nation that the Lord has chosen. You see? But you see, when it comes to Esau, they're trying to use their false science, their pseudoscience to prove, something that's not true, man. You see? Again, they call themselves white, which there's no such thing as white. There's no such thing as black, man. Those are just social constructs, to bring division, man. They're trying to set themselves, okay, in a position, okay, of hierarchy. Okay, when you go into that word white, it means what? To be clean, okay, to be pure, to be benevolent. But they're everything but that. You see? So it's just them trying to put themselves above all people. But we just read it according to the scriptures. Israel, okay, is that chosen race. Let me keep reading. It says, while contemporary science has fundamentally discredited biological race, these theories historically provided objective rationales for systematic oppression. Listen, including slavery and segregation. Again, through their false science, okay, they've claimed that they're better, man. Okay, they're trying to justify, okay, their wickedness. Okay, everything that they did, okay, against our people, they're trying to justify it. Okay, they have justified it. Okay, but it's a wicked work, man. You see, and they're not going to get away with it. Again, they're trying to flip the script. Okay, but he's not going to be able to. Okay, the Lord has this devil right where he wants him. Let me keep reading. I'm gonna read a little bit. It says historical foundations. This is early classification in the 18th century. It says naturalists like Carl Linnaeus, and that's where pretty much where the separation came. Okay, he's the one. Well, I think it's gonna tell. Yeah, let me keep reading. It says and Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. You see, and this guy Blumenbach, man, he's a demon. He's the one that classified, I believe, five colors. I forget exactly how he said it. The so-called Native American is red. The so-called, I believe, Chinese are yellow. Okay, then the Caucasian is white. So on and so forth, man. So this man's a demon. Okay, what they did is they categorized people. Well, it's going to tell you. It says, listen, it says again, Carl Linnaeus and Johann Friedrich Blumenbach began categorizing humans into distinct varieties. It says the Caucasian, the Ethiopian, the Mongolian, often imbuing these categories with perceived moral and intellectual traits. You see, but that reminds me of, what is that, Revelation? Let me grab that because I want to get a word from the Revelation. Yeah, Revelation, the 12th chapter. Let's go there now. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 10. And it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. Listen, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them, see, before our power day and night. You see, so this is the downfall, okay, of Esau's kingdom, man. Okay, he is the accuser of thy brethren. Now let me get this word for accused. Let's go to it now. Yeah, that word is G2725. Let's go ahead and play it. Make sure my volume is up. Yep.
Strong's G2725. Kategoras.
Okay, which sounds like
Thayer's Lexicon, related entry. Kategor.
Which sounds like what? Categorizing. You see? And this is what they do. It says, listen, an accuser, a name given to the devil by the rabbis. Which, hey, this man Esau, okay, he is the devil, man. He is the devil that the Bible speaks about. Listen, it says against one in the assembly, i.e., it says a complainant at law, especially Satan, see, accuser. You see, and that's what he's doing right now. Okay, he's accusing, okay, Jake of being discriminative against him. Okay, going into what? Reversed discrimination. Okay, proving that this man, had a discriminative, okay, mindset against Jake, man. You see? But now they're trying to flip the script. Okay, but it's not going to work, man. Again, this is what they do. Okay, they like to categorize, okay, the people, okay, to show that they're at the head, okay, of the hierarchy. You see? They want to be the top race. But we just read it. Okay, Israel is the chosen people. Okay, not Edom. So let me go back. Let me go back to the article. Let me see. We'll skip over that. I think that's it. That's probably all I wanted to get out of there, just because, that's pretty much. Let me get this. It says weaponized data. It says intelligence IQ testing. You see, they think that they're smarter, okay, because of the stupid IQ test, okay, which is, it's all nonsense, man. Listen, popularized in the early 20th century, was used, to prove the mental superiority of white populations while ignoring social factors like poverty, and lack of health care. Again, this is what they're using, man. Okay, they're trying to say that they're better. Okay, now they're trying to say that they're the better race, man. Okay, but ultimately it was given to them. Let me grab that real quick. Yeah, let me get that. That's Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. Daniel 4 verse 17, and it reads, it says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers. Now, who are the watchers? It's the prophets, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, okay, the angels, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men. So all these heathen nations, man, okay, they're the bases of men, okay, but you got one that is the most basest of them all, man. That's the Edomites. You see, and right now they're in that position of power. You see, and even when you go back into that article, we're not going to go back into it. Okay, I believe it spoke about Darwinism. Okay, which is that's another demon, but it just goes back to what the mindset of this damn devil, man. The spirit that's in him is not right. Matter of fact, let me grab that. Habakkuk. See, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Listen, it says, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live, by his faith. Now, who's the just? Speaking about Israel, man. But when it comes to these devils, man, okay, they're not right, man. The spirit that they have inside them is not correct. It's off. You see? That's why they move the way they move. Listen, yea, also because he transgresses by wine, okay, his philosophies, okay, his democracy, okay, his ideologies, okay, just the mindset that this devil has. It says, again, yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Okay, they have military bases everywhere, embassies everywhere. Okay, they can't stay right here in their own place, man. Okay, they gotta try to police the earth. Okay, but they do it in wickedness. Look what they just did in Venezuela, man. Okay, just to what? Take, okay, the resources. Okay, there's other agendas involved as well, but that's one of the major things that they wanted to do, man. They're flexing their muscles. Okay, they're showing their military might. Okay, but ultimately the Lord going to show them what the true meaning of war is. It says, listen, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth into him all nations, and heapeth into him all people. You see, that's his MO, man. Goes around, okay, destroys nations, takes the resources. You see, and look what he's doing against Israel, man. Against the Israelites, the true Israelites. His mindset is what? Is to perform a wicked work, man. To chip everybody. Because this damn devil, okay, he has a God complex. But ultimately, he's going to lose, man. He's not going to win. And you got these stupid ass Israelites, okay, trying to save this devil. When this devil, he can't change, man. He's the wicked. He was created to be that. Matter of fact, let me grab that. Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4. It says, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai had made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked, listen, for the day of evil. So he was created to be the wicked, man. He was created to bring, okay, evil works, man. But ultimately, when the day of evil comes, that's the return of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, he's going to bring this devil down, okay, through the warheads and through the chariots. Okay, this man was set up, okay, to be an adversary, okay, to the Lord, man. Ultimately, so the Lord can have a punching bag, okay, to beat on, man, when he comes back. You see, and he can't change. Let me grab another one. Jeremiah chapter 13 and verse 23. Listen, it says, can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? It says, then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. See, and that's all this man does, man. Is wickedness, it's evil. You see, he can't do right. See, again, that's why the Lord gonna wipe him out. You know, and he can't flip the script, man. Okay, everything that he's done, okay, he can't change it. Although he's trying to make himself, you know, out to be the good guy. You know, now again, okay, and now again, like we read in that article, now he's trying to blame Jake, okay, for being the one that's in that mindset of discrimination, when it's always been him, man. Okay, he's the one that set himself up, okay, as a superior race. Okay, but he's not. You know, he came out of those caves, okay, got, you know, shaved himself down, okay, got pointy black shoes, got the suit and tie, okay, combed his hair a little bit, okay, and now he's the hunk of the earth, man. No, man, he's a damn devil that the Bible speaks about. Okay, he's the Neanderthal, okay, a Captain Caveman, okay, and that's all ever he's gonna be. Okay, right now he's in a position of power, but he's getting ready to lose, man. And he is the evil man, okay, of the earth. Let's get a couple more. I didn't want to make this long. Just wanted to get something quick, okay, on that article. Psalms chapter 140 and verse 1. Listen, it says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. It says, deliver me, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, from the evil man. Again, who is this evil man? Esau. It says, preserve me from the violent man. And his track record shows that he is the violent man of the earth, man. Look at everything that he does. Okay, and his track record shows that he is that violent man. Okay, he's the one that has the earth, okay, under his feet, man. Okay, he's the one that's ruling, okay, throughout the earth, man. But he's ruling in wickedness. Again, because it was given to him. Scripture says the earth was given over to the hand of the wicked. See, he covered up the faces of the judges thereof. See, if not, where and who is he? So if it's not this man, okay, the so-called white man, then who did it? No, it's him. You see? You know, and he's whitewashed everything, okay, through iconoclasm. Okay, again, trying to set himself up to be the superior race, okay, but he's not. Listen, it says, which imagine mischiefs in their heart continually, see, they are gathered together for war. Okay, but when the Lord returns, he's going to show them the true meaning of war. You see? And this man's not going to win. It says, they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Selah. You see, because this is the same serpent, okay, that was in the garden, man. Okay, that soothsayer, that witch, that warlock, okay, that deceived, okay, Eve, okay, and then brought what? Sin upon Adam. It's the same devil. You know, and they use their deceit, okay, their lies, okay, their witchcraft, okay, to forward, okay, all their madness. Listen, it says, keep me, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me, listen, from the violent man. It says, preserve me from the violent man who have proposed to overthrow my goings. See, this is his mindset, man. Okay, all the way back in Genesis, the 27th chapter, okay, he said, well, let's get it. He said this. Let's get it real quick. Genesis, I'm going to go right to the point. Genesis chapter 27. And let me see. Verse 41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Because Jacob got the eternal blessing. Okay, Esau got a blessing, but it's temporal. Okay, even though he has the fatness of the earth, the dew from heaven. Okay, but he's lived by the sword, man. Again, he's lived in wickedness. It says, and Esau said in his heart, okay, in his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay, see, my brother Jacob. That's the same mindset he has today. Okay, he hasn't changed. It says, and these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, listen, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. See, again, that mindset has not changed, man. Matter of fact, in Ezekiel, it says that he had a perpetual hatred. Let me grab that real quick. Ezekiel, you know what? Let me get it in the NLT because I'm going to start at the top. Get in the blue letter. Let me see. Ezekiel, because it's actually going to say Edom. Ezekiel chapter 35, because in the King James it says what? Mount Seir, which, Mount Seir is Edom. But let me grab this. Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 1. Even the subheading says, listen, a message for Edom. It says, again, a message came to me from the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. It says, son of man, turn and face Mount Seir and prophesy, listen, against its people. Not just the man he saw, but against his whole lineage. It says, give them this message from the sovereign Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. I am your enemy, O Mount Seir. See, the Lord's against this damn devil. And I will raise my fist against you to destroy you completely. I will demolish your cities and make you desolate. Then you will know that I am the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. Hey, so the Lord going to take this devil down, man. It's going to take away his rulership. Okay, take away, okay, his place here. Okay, so-called America. Okay, hey, this man's done with, man. Okay, he's not going to make it. Okay, he's going to lose his rulership. It says, your eternal hatred, here's the point, for the people of Israel led you to butcher them when they were helpless, when I had already punished them, see, for all their sins. Hey, man, because this man went overboard. Well, we know that's all through the power and spirit, see, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, man. Ultimately, because this devil's going to have no excuse. Because everything that he's done, he's going to have to pay for it, man. He's not going to get away with it. Listen, as surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, since you show no distaste for blood, I will give you a bloodbath of your own. Your turn has come. So again, he can't flip the script, man. It's already written. Okay, this man's going to lose, man. And you're not going to gain anything, okay, but trying to point the finger at Jake, trying to say that now Jake is discriminating against you. Okay, when you've been the one, okay, that's discriminated against, okay, not just, okay, Judah, but all the tribes. See, again, it's because you're trying to prove your superiority, okay, of being, okay, the so-called white race. But you're not even that, man. You're fucking red. Yeah, let me grab a couple more. Let me get this in Amos. I'm gonna go right to the point. Amos chapter 1 and verse 11, I believe. Yeah, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. So he's not gonna be unpunished, man. He's not gonna get away. It says, because he did pursue his brother, see, with the sword. Again, look what he did to the so-called Native Americans, okay, Hispanics, Latinos, okay, and then what he did to the so-called black man, okay, to all the tribes, okay, all the calamities that he brought forth, man. Okay, again, he's going to have to pay for it. He's not going to get away. It says again, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and that's his blessing. It says, and his anger did tear perpetually. See, it doesn't stop, man. Okay, that's why now he's trying to blame Jacob, okay, for his kingdom falling. See, he's trying to blame Jacob, okay, because he's getting ready to lose. Listen, and he kept his wrath forever. Again, he's not going to change, man. Okay, he can't change. You know, he's the damn devil. Let me grab one more. Let me go to Micah. I'm going to close out in here. Micah chapter 2. And we'll start at the top, verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. It says, when the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Again, the earth was given over to the hand of the wicked. Listen, and they covet fields and take them by violence. Is that not their track record? Yeah, it is. It says, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. You see, they've taken away Jake's heritage, man. Don't they claim that they are the people of the Lord? Yeah, they do. Okay, but they got it wrong, man. You see, they have a heavy judgment coming, okay, and nobody can get them out of it, man. You see, Hey, the Lord gonna bring them down to their knees. Listen, therefore thus doth the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, behold, against his family, what family? Esau, man, the Edomites, do I devise an evil. It says, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this time is evil. Hey, so the Lord gonna bring, okay, those bad times, okay, upon these devils, man. You know, they're gonna serve a brutal captivity of 1,000 years, and they're gonna be taken out of the earth, man. Okay, Job the 18th chapter says what the light of the wicked shall be put out. Matter of fact, let me grab that, and then I'll close it out. Job, I'll go right to the point. Job chapter 18, I believe it's verse 5. Yeah, it says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out. So his rulership. Okay, he claims to be the light bearer. Okay, Lucifer. Okay, but he bears a false light. Okay, he doesn't have it. Listen, it says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. So he's going to lose his position of power, man. He's going down. It says, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out, see, with him. So he's going to lose, man. And there's no way this man is going to be able to flip the script, man. He's trying, okay, but he's not going to succeed, man. Okay, he's going to lose. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close out and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Quadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing his work without righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the whole full elect. Shalom.